So here's part 2 on how to rebind your books into a hardcover. We're just keeping it simple with no Cricut needed. You're going to need a utility knife for this one, not just a regular knife, but get a utility one. It's like $6 off of Amazon. And I'm just cutting all the way through so that I get both the cover and the spine that I drew out. And on the second one, I'm just going to cut all the way through to the end, and then I'll cut off this section right here. And then lastly, I'm just going to cut out the spine. Here, I'm just making sure that everything is the same height. You don't want your book to be lopsided. Then you're just going to put some glue on your spine. Make sure you get every little spot. And then you're just going to put it on your white cardstock. You can really use any cardstock, but if you use a light colored fabric for your cover, you might want to use white because you'll see it through. So you can see I did the wrong side, but that's okay. I'm going to use a dark book cloth. I'm just making sure those hinges are very crispy. And then you're just going to cut off the sides. You don't really need to measure this part. Just make sure there's a good amount on each side of the spine. And then you're going to cut very close to the top and the bottom of the spine. And I'm going to go over it again to make sure these hinges are very clean. Then I just made this from my book board to make the hinge. You can use already a pre-made one, but I just made this one. And you're just going to trace that. And then we're just going to put some glue on the rest of it. So not on the inside of that little hinge line, but on the outside. I'm just going to put this ruler at the bottom so that I can make sure that everything's aligned very well. I'm going to put this board right at the line and align it with my ruler as well. And then just do the same to the other side. After that, I'm just going to make sure that everything fits okay. I've definitely measured wrong before, and the cover was smaller than the actual text block. I left a little bit of an overhang on the side. You can cut that off a little bit, but I would suggest just a little bit of an overhang. Then I have my book cloth. I'm just going to measure this out so that each side is about an inch away. And you can just eyeball this. You can measure it if you want to, but you can just eyeball it when you're first starting out. And then we just have one more part where we're going to finish out the book.